Welcome to Season 3 of the Knack for Business podcast. Over 250 episodes strong, we're here to ignite your entrepreneurial spirit with fresh insights, networking gems, and creative strategies that elevate your game. Are you ready to discover what your Knack for Business truly is? Your hosts are Bernie Fransgrote from Creative Insight and Wayne Pratt from Motive 8U Inc.
Today's topic is network smarter, not harder. Our guest today is Joe Apfelbaum from evyAI. Joe is the CEO of Ajax Union, a digital marketing agency. He's also a business strategist, marketing expert, AI consultant, and certified Google trainer. Joe enjoys speaking and writing about marketing, business networking, and personal development in his seminars, webinars, and articles. Joe is the guest expert of the popular podcast High Energy Marketing. Joe is the author of 5 books, including High Energy Marketing. As a LinkedIn trainer and strategist, Joe trains over 600 business and sales professionals on how to leverage LinkedIn each year on his online course and coaching sessions with EV Green Networking. Most of all, he's proud of his purpose of being the best possible single dad to his 5 beautiful, amazing children. And Joe, welcome. And what's your favorite quote or saying, sir?
My favorite quote of saying is, "The secret to living is giving," because I really believe that people that want to thrive need to focus on giving.
Very beautiful. So evyAI, which we're going to be talking about, helps entrepreneurs save time and find real leads on LinkedIn. So what can you tell us about evyAI and what inspired you to bring that forth to the world?
So I've been using LinkedIn and teaching LinkedIn for over a decade. And what I realized is that a lot of people are lurkers. They're not taking action on LinkedIn. And it's not because they don't want to take action on LinkedIn. It's because they don't have the capacity to do all the things you need to do on LinkedIn to be successful. Posting, engaging, messaging, connecting. All those things take a lot of time. So when AI came out, I had a conversation with ChatGPT and I said, "This is who I am. This is what I've done. This is what I've accomplished. Tell me how I can leverage this to help my audience," because I believe that the secret to living is giving. How can I help people? And it said, help them by creating an assistant with all your knowledge about how to use LinkedIn that will assist them to use LinkedIn. For example, if somebody wants to write a post, right now they're going to write a terrible post. But if they take your knowledge of writing a post with a hook, main points, call to action, and 3 of the right popular hashtags, and they can do it in a second in their voice, with the right tone, with the right goal, that would save them a lot of time. And that would be one of 15 things you can do for them. So I said, okay, I'll build a business. And so I invested money, hired developers, and built the business. Now we have 15,000 users in 37 countries around the world that are using this artificial intelligence assistant specifically designed to help people network and generate more revenue on LinkedIn while saving a ton of time.
Joe, I'm very interested in what the early train wrecks and challenges were.
The early train wrecks and challenges with evyAI is getting sued from a rogue law firm that said that we were going against LinkedIn's policies and being against their trademark. So they took us down from Google without even checking in. And so we had to hire lawyers and fight them and say, hey, we're not going against any trademark. We're not even on LinkedIn. We're just a separate platform that's helping people on LinkedIn, and we're not infringing on their trademark at all. So they're like, oh, okay, we're sorry. We didn't realize we tried to extort you for money and it didn't work. Okay, great. And now we lost tons of momentum and thousands of dollars in legal fees and tens of thousands of dollars in potential customers and having to pay developers to set up a whole new app and a whole new thing because we went down. It was like a whole thing. And we got a bad reputation and people asked for refunds. It was a horrible problem. Another thing is when I wanted to start it off, I hired a developer. The developer took money. The developer did not develop anything that worked. And the developer promised that it would do it. And 6 months later, nothing happened. And we kept following up with them and we kept meeting with them and they kept giving us excuses. And it was just a nightmare. Yeah. And then we had other developers that went MIA and we just had to learn the whole process of developing and setting things up and getting hacked and getting like all types of stuff, but in a meaningful way, like not getting hacked in terms of someone stealing our information, but someone overusing our app without paying for it, things like that. So we had a lot of challenges starting out of the gate. We didn't give up. That's the thing about business. If you don't give up and you find a way to persevere, if you burn the boats, you're going to be successful.
That is that's a learning curve. Wow. My hat's off to you, sir. What would you have done to mitigate these pain points?
There's nothing really you can do to mitigate a law firm that's rogue, that doesn't have any contact information, that just attacks you. There's nothing really you can do about that. But I would say don't rely on Google so much. Don't rely on things that you cannot control so much, because we were relying a lot on the Google Chrome extension, and we could have just built a platform outside of that and had the people be able to do manual installs. So now that I understand probably what I would have done was hire coaches, developer coaches earlier on. I started doing it much more into the business to start getting to know how Firebase works and how databases work and how the development works. And I built my own Chrome extensions now. I was afraid of it. Oh, it's unknown. Instead of going, what do you mean? Let me go on Upwork. Let me hire a coach. Let me hire a few coaches. Let them teach me how to log in, how to look at it, how to understand it. I'm not going to do it myself, but I have to understand it. And so I didn't do that at the beginning. I just relied on people and thought it was this black box of magic. And really, I understand all of it now, and I'm developing my own extensions for fun now using AI.
So right now, your platform allows people to engage and have it come across authentic. How did that evolve? Like, how do you make it so that, let's say, if I'm reaching out and I have a certain response style, that's wonderful news, great to hear it. Let's have a pint or a coffee. Let's break bread. Whatever colloquialism you would add. How do you drift that into the communication?
The way that I would drift it into the communication is by understanding every single scenario for what they're doing, and then having a goal, a tone, and a persona to learn the person's voice and their preferences and what they're trying to achieve. And so the AI gets very specific instructions. It instructs them based on the scenario, based on the programming and the prompts that we give it, based on my own experience and instruction, and based on the input from the user. So there are many different things that we implemented into the technology that will allow the AI to fully understand the situation, the scenario, who the person is, what their preferences are, what the tone should be, what the goal should be, what the person's background is, and also the context of the conversation.
Joe, how does a startup begin the process with you?
If a startup wants to work with me, the first step is they fill out a questionnaire, and then we do a strategy session. We learn about their business, and then we can identify what they want to achieve. For me, the relationships that we build in our marketing agency is all about really getting to know the client. If somebody wants to sign up to evyAI, they could just go to evyai.com. They can press startup. They don't need credit card. They could just press try it out for free, and they could just sign up for the app right now and try it. And if they like it, it's less than 50 cents a day to get unlimited posts, unlimited comments, unlimited connection notes, unlimited messages. You can talk to it and it'll type everything up for you. So I highly recommend people that are serious about networking, prospecting, and marketing to consider trying this technology out, because it's practically free. It's free to try, but even if you sign up to it, you get unlimited. It used to cost me like $200 to get someone to write me a post for LinkedIn, like a writer. Now I charge less than $200 and you get an unlimited tool for an entire year.
So what do you find the most common mistakes that people make on LinkedIn and that you're solving?
The most common mistakes that people make on LinkedIn is not leveraging their followers. People have followers. People are not engaging. They're not posting. They're not direct messaging. They're not being active on the platform. So you have a huge opportunity to sit down, connect with people, build relationships, and you're not doing it because you're not using technology. You're not using tools that'll support you. Now, keep in mind, evyAI is not here to replace you. I don't think AI should replace people. I think AI should assist people. I wouldn't recommend you letting AI just write all your content and run with it. Let AI draft it for you like your employee would, and then you take the drafted content that's 80% done and add your 20% there. When you're making a soup, you don't just make the soup 80% of the way. You add salt and pepper at the end to make it taste actually good. You add a little bit more of your zest, maybe a little cayenne pepper or something, to make it taste delicious, as opposed to you just putting water and chicken and hoping for the best. AI will provide you with the full pot of water, chicken, peel the vegetables, do all that work, but you got to go and put in your love and your magic to make it actually taste delicious.
You mentioned 15 minutes a day. Being a rather robust man, 15 minutes a day is supposed to get me in shape too. How many 15 minutes is till I notice the difference?
If you're eating 15 minutes a day of sugary cereals and sugary snacks and Danishes, you're going to gain weight very quickly. 15 minutes a day of eating garbage will help get you diabetes in no time. But if you spend 15 minutes a day doing squats, and running and working out and picking up heavy things and drinking water, and you do that every single day, eventually you're going to get muscles and you're going to lose weight and you're going to feel good, especially if you have, like you, lemon in your water, which is fantastic. If you spend 15 minutes a day networking on LinkedIn and nurturing relationships by doing 4 activities, which is posting, engaging, messaging, and connecting, you're going to be more successful on LinkedIn. Most people never post on LinkedIn. You can post once a day. With our AI, we will create a post for you in less than 6 seconds. We will come up with a topic for you in less than 5 seconds. We know who you are. We know how to write. We're very smart when it comes to that. Now you spend 2 or 3 minutes editing it, post it. Now spend a few minutes commenting on several people's posts, spend a few minutes connecting with a few new people, spend a few minutes sending messages, talking to the AI. It'll type up everything for you. And you just hit send and you walk away. You close your computer. You're done for the day. You nurtured. You watered the roses. You smelled the roses and you walked out. Have a good day. Drop the microphone and leave.
It's a good balance. I like that. So does evyAI also help improve your profile, or does it like, it says, hey, listen, boss, your job title, your write-up, you might want to tweet. Does that also incorporate into evyAI, or is that something that
100%. When you log into evyAI, we have something called a profile optimizer. On the left side, when you press login, and you can try this for free, you click on profile optimizer and you tell evyAI a little bit about yourself, or you copy and paste what's already on your profile, and it'll take it to a whole new level. It'll suggest a headline, it'll suggest a proper about section, and give you tips.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Do you see this changing how the marketplace markets anytime soon? Or is this for the keeners?
I think that this is the way that people are going to network in the future. People are going to use assistants to network. Like right now on my phone while I'm driving, I'm not going to type anything. I don't type on my phone anymore. I will talk to my phone and my phone will send you a message. That is how technology works now. Because if I type and drive, I'm going to get into an accident. So instead, what I do is I just push the microphone on my button, on my wheel while I'm driving. I push the microphone and I say, hey, do me a favor, text my mother, let her know that I'm going to be 5 minutes late. And then text my mother, and it's going to let her know that I'm 5 minutes late. That's how evyAI works on LinkedIn. I see a post that I like. I push the microphone button. I say what I want to say in the comment. I can rewrite it by pushing another button, or I can hit send, and it'll send it as a comment. It's really that simple. AI is here to assist you, not replace you. AI can't do your full job for you. It's not going to go and lose weight for you, but it will assist you by giving you a plan of what to do, by motivating you, inspiring you, guiding you, training you, giving you insights. That's what AI is here to do. It's here to be your assistant, not your replacement.
With LinkedIn doing different changes, every once in a while I'll go into LinkedIn and post and go, hey, they've added a feature. Or I go, this is where a button's supposed to be, and they've moved it, or they've changed some rules of engagement and behind. Does evyAI also adapt as all of a sudden they've just changed the mixture, the recipe?
100%. evyAI is constantly adapting. We are constantly innovating. We have full-time developers on our team that allow us to be able to properly do things on LinkedIn. We're monitoring what LinkedIn is doing, and we are constantly making changes. Things go down all the time, and our goal is to fix those things as they go down. And so as a result of us fixing, those things start working much better. And that's the idea. We find things that don't work, and we improve them, and we make them better. That's our goal.
Can you tell us, you may not be able to use names, but can you tell us about a transformation, one that's got you excited?
Yeah, we had a company called Atlantic Tomorrow's Office. They have 62 sales reps. Most of them were not using LinkedIn regularly. We went ahead and we implemented evyAI in their business, and we had 65% adoption within 2 weeks of us implementing it. Now, all their sales reps have access to a technology that allows them to be effective on LinkedIn. They are in the position to be able to generate millions of dollars of new revenue in their business, and they're getting millions of dollars of free exposure online by the work their sales reps are doing on LinkedIn. This is an extremely powerful opportunity. If you're in business, you have a sales and marketing team, give them the tools that they need to do to be more effective. AI is not going to replace salespeople, but it'll enhance what they do. So why not give your salespeople something that costs a fraction of their hourly rate, a tiny fraction of their hourly rate, and it's going to enhance them by 10 or 20% by their activities.
I understand automation, or at least conceptually, but A, what are we automating? And how does it get us the result that we couldn't have bore hogged through?
You could bore hog through things, no question about it. You can use other things that are going to do things where you can copy and paste into ChatGPT and get a result and then create a prompt and all that stuff. But this just saves you time. We have a Google Chrome extension that's embedded inside LinkedIn. You push a button and it saves you time. This is all about being efficient and saving time. If you want to save money instead of saving time, and the 50 cents is very important to you, then save that 50 cents and spend 14 hours doing it yourself. No problem. You can do that. You can sit there and manually write things. You can, if you want to get to California, you can crawl to California if you want, or you can take an airplane. Those are the options. So choose. One of them is going to be faster and one of them is going to be much more painful. You're just going to need knee pads to crawl all the way to California, probably dozens of knee pads.
Good supply chain. Talking about Chrome extension, and then you talked about if you did a review of things, you probably would want to have as an app. So is it outside the Chrome extension now, or available? Like you just go on any browser?
Yeah.
And
If you go on any browser and you can write a post, you could either do it with the Chrome. There are certain activities that you could do without the Chrome extension, and there are certain activities that you need the Chrome extension to do. So, for example, if you want to write a post, if you want to come up with ideas, if you want to be able to optimize your profile, all those things are available inside the Chrome extension and outside of the Chrome extension. But there are certain activities, like, for example, direct messaging. If you want to reply to a direct message, we don't know what direct message you received in LinkedIn. So when you go on LinkedIn and see a direct message, you can hit the evyAI icon as a Chrome extension. It'll read the entire direct message and suggest a reply. That's the idea.
Perfect. On that same vein, when you're having chats with people, knowing that you find the right audience or the right communication, knowing full well that when you do LinkedIn posts, you don't always do sell. Sometimes you do a little bit of here's what we do to here's what we're pitching. Here's the information that we've learned over time. We're just sharing it. You don't have to buy anything. Or you might share some witty comment, nothing stark, but you try to change it up. Almost like you don't want to be monotone in your communication. How do you structure that communication? Then how do you find the right players? Because if one might be, you want to buy my stuff, and be a certain audience. I'm solving a problem. Here we go. Versus another audience, you might be a supplier. Yeah, I want to get to know you. How do you structure that?
The way that I structure making sure that you have the right audience is by helping you with a strategy. In addition to supporting people with giving them technology, we also provide a group of people that are interested in getting the right strategy. We give those people strategy as well. So there's an additional fee for people to get strategy, of course. But if people need strategy, so there's technology and there's strategy. Technology without strategy often can be problematic if you're sending the wrong message to the wrong person. And so we help by understanding your business, helping you come up with a strategy of what you should be doing. The AI is not going to tell you who your target market is, at least not yet. But if you can define your target market, you can define your messaging, and you can train the AI, then it can get really good at understanding what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. The key is that most people are missing a strategy. I always say the right strategy will save you a decade. Most people are waking and baking, especially now that marijuana is legal. I say instead of doing that, take a moment and come up with a strategy. Make sure that you're doing all the right things. Instead of hoping for the best, hope is not a great strategy. It's a great thing, it's just not a great strategy. Instead of hoping for the best, understand what is your plan. What is your business plan? What is your marketing plan? What is your LinkedIn plan? And then feed that to the artificial intelligence and have it help you be able to craft right messages. Every person that you're connecting to can either be a prospect, a center of influence, just an engaged LinkedIn user, a friend. evyAI allows you to categorize the different people on LinkedIn, allows you to save them to lists so that the AI can understand how you should be communicating with each person.
Tell me, Joe, what are the effective elements of a LinkedIn post?
Hook, main points, and call to action are the effective elements of a LinkedIn post. You need to make sure that you draw people in with a solid hook. Then you need to make sure that you give them some main points for them to actually take something away with. Then you want them to take some action. You got to have them do something, leave a comment, share this, tell me what your grandma's name is, or whatever you want to have them put in the comments, and then use a couple hashtags. When you have all those elements to a LinkedIn post, that is how a LinkedIn post will be successful.
Is your market right now just continental US, North America, global?
I have clients in 37 countries around the world. people in New Zealand, South Africa, Israel, Dubai, India, Pakistan. We have people all over that are using evyAI in 17 different languages. We even have a UK version of evyAI that's available in the UK language, the way they speak English. And so it's not just Spanish all over South America. It's not just Pakistan and India, but we have people all over the place that are using our app in many different languages. Because AI works in all the languages, we're able to implement this and allow people to use it in all the different languages around the world.
What is the next big trend with AI on LinkedIn?
The next big trend with AI on LinkedIn is making sure that the artificial intelligence supports all the new things that are happening. For example, LinkedIn newsletters, LinkedIn Live. So for example, we can now take a LinkedIn Live and automatically take the live and cut it up into little videos. These are new things that are going to be happening because AI is now able to read videos. We can take a YouTube transcript and turn it into LinkedIn posts. Those are new things that we're going to be implementing. And we're going to do it in languages like Portuguese. We have clients in Uganda, in Armenia, in Malaysia, in Estonia, in Bangladesh, in the Philippines. We have clients Lithuania and Luxembourg and New Zealand and Hungary, and all these countries have different languages, whether it's Germany, Netherlands, or Australia. They have different cultures. And so understanding those cultures, understanding how people think, how people talk, that's really key. And so evyAI is going to keep getting smarter and smarter.
So it's multicultural, multidisciplined. It's really actually good that you can do the articles and taking the video content, and then it's all part of this one package.
Yeah, it's
Was
all
that-
part.
was-
It's
sorry,
coming up. Some of the features are coming up. We have them in test beta mode. Not every single feature is currently available, but yes, that's where he asked me where we're going. That's where we're going.
And who's your ideal market then? Everybody?
No, my ideal market is people who are actively engaged on LinkedIn that are using LinkedIn. So think sales reps, recruiters, people that are podcast hosts, professional services, people that are coaches and consultants, executives, people that want to have a personal brand, and thought leaders. Those are the people that are most ideal for our service and our product, because those are the people that actually want to use LinkedIn. Most people on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook do not want to use LinkedIn. They just don't. The people there want to check out Big Betty 24/75 doing a dance. You know that person? But on LinkedIn, it's first name, last name, company name, where they worked before. It's where they went to school. A lot of Harvard graduates, people in the Fortune 500. Those are the people that are on LinkedIn, millionaires, people that are successful, not people that are taking pictures of their pizza.
Unless, of course, you're selling the pizza.
They could be selling the pizza franchise.
That's right.
Anyone who bashes Instagram is a friend of mine.
I wouldn't say I bashed it. I would just say it's a different demographic. It's a little bit different than bashing. I would just say, listen, if you're looking to have fun, go have fun. If you're looking to make money and do business, go do business. LinkedIn is a professional social network. I don't think there's anything wrong with dating. I don't think there's anything wrong with mating. I don't think there's anything wrong with having fun. That's where you're slipping and sliding in the DMs. That's what you do on those platforms. I don't think there's anything wrong with Tinder. I don't think there's anything wrong with TikTok. I just think it's not for me because I'm a business guy and I'm here to do business. And so if you're here to do business, don't spend your time on platforms where people are broke.
How do we get a hold of you, Joe?
Oh, it's very simple. You just go to evyAI.com, register, and once you register, it's likely that I'll call you.
That's perfect. I want to say thank you to Joe Apfelbaum, my co-host Wayne Pratt, and you, the Knack for Business listeners. If you want to find out more about this tool that can help your LinkedIn connectivity, promoting content, finding the right fit, optimizing a whole bunch of different angles, perhaps even having content comes out in another language. This could be good.
To reach the podcast hosts, email them at info@creativeinsight.com or by the website creativeinsight.com, spelled KREATISIGHT.com. To reach Wayne at his email, wayne@motive8u.ca, that is MOTIVE, the numeral 8 and the letter u.ca, or his website, motive8u.ca. If you would like to be a guest on this podcast and share your knowledge, let us know. We would also appreciate your feedback on the content or format. Check the show notes for more details. For these podcasts, we like to acknowledge the support and thanks to the following people: Carl Richards from Podcast Solutions Made Simple, a renowned podcast expert, Fred Crouch, who is the Property Wizard podcaster, where Bernie is a co-host, Jovan Strika from At Hive, a co-working space that is more than just a space, then Melanie Webber, Bernie's invaluable business partner, and Wayne Pratt from Motive 8U Inc., who serves as both a coach and co-host of these podcasts. Disclaimer. Please note that the Knack for Business podcast episodes are meant solely for educational and general informational purposes. The information and opinions contained within are not intended to be professional advice on any subject matter. The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the participants are their own personal beliefs and do not represent the views of the podcast hosts or any affiliated organizations. It is important to note that this podcast is not a replacement for consulting with certified experts in your area who possess knowledge of your unique situation. The hosts of the podcast, along with any participants or affiliated groups, do not take responsibility for any actions taken or not taken based on the information presented in this episode. It is highly recommended that individuals seek guidance from their own personal advisors in fields such as accounting, law, or other pertinent areas prior to undertaking any actions or making decisions that may impact their financial, legal, or other aspects of life.